Hey everyone, we're back. How's everyone doing? I've got my tea as usual. I decided to cross off another item on the list of tea ideas, which is to try brown sugar. So I have chamomile tea because I think that'll go better with it, and I put brown sugar in it and said, we'll see how that is, and we'll just like slowly check off the tea ideas. But today, as we're gonna start doing regularly, we're gonna doing some Magic stuff. I thought maybe I'll do a Lord of the Rings draft. I haven't done one of those yet. I logged into Arena, which I don't go on that much, so you'll see my very low rating since I just never play. I usually play Magic. I prefer playing Magic IRL, but I'm like a tiny bit of gold short of actually doing the draft, and rather than buying one, I'm buying the gems for it. I'm just gonna like play a couple of jump-in games just to do some quests and get enough gold. But that is the idea, and we'll start at that. So I just want to jump into it because I imagine the draft is gonna take a while, and I didn't really. I checked prior, and I thought I had enough gold to do the draft. So I guess I was mistaken. So I just want to get these out of the way. Just do a couple of quests. Hopefully this setup for Arena looks good to y'all. I know you can't see that much of the chat. I can still see all of it, so and obviously you can see it as you're typing, but for the playback or whatever. So I think also when I don't have Arena selected, you might not hear the sound. If you do, I would appreciate you letting me know. I know we're like uh, really speeding up. Normally there's a little more preamble, but as I say, I want to get these games out of the way so that I don't have to. So we have more time with the actual draft, which will be fun. Oh, ooh. Okay, let's mess with that. You can hear it. All right, perfect. Olifant, and then of course for any of those, for anyone watching who's not here for the Magic content, well, it's Lord of the Rings stuff, so you can at least be here for that. Let's play Meriadoc Brandybuck. Yeah, you got him. I haven't played this set at all. I have like seen a couple of cards just like opening packs or whatever, but I'm not super familiar with what's going on here. All right, let me forget. This we don't want to cast yet. This we can hold on to. Yeah, we can invest in a tap land here. These won't be like terribly interesting games because they're Jumpstart. I do find Jumpstart surprisingly interesting, but I know a lot of people don't. It's a lot lower power level, which I find fun because it allows me to, or at least I get the sense like it's more about pilot skill, which I enjoy. Um, got a couple of options here. I guess I can just sack a food and crash in. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll just attack with everything, make a food, sack a food, tap the blocker, get in, and then we can play our own 4/4. I got pretty lucky with the jumpstart options. It's the Shire and food or something like that, like two things that already work really well together. So uh, that's pretty neat. I played this a bunch of times because there's such good synergy, and so I get how it works. And it's also neat that you just have this backup plan of having a ton of mana. What does Gimli? Or sorry, a ton of life in your back pocket. Okay. Rosie does seem good, but I really want to get that Gimli out of the way. Because getting rid of Gimli lets me attack with everything. I think that's what I'll do. We'll Shire Sheriff, sack the food, exile Gimli. Then, because of the order of triggers, Mary will make a token, which we can sack to tap the Guardian. And Aureus is looking real bad for our opponent. I guess I probably shouldn't be going this hard because I need to cast spells for my quests. I just can't help myself. I'm just like, alright, what's like the best line I can figure out? I would love for them to cast a removal spell here. Okay. I'm just getting Gimli's Axe 3/0, and it can get menace. No equip is interesting. Tells me they have some piece of interaction, which makes me want to... I just want to cast my spell, so I'll play the Took Reaper just to cast a white spell, but we'll hold on to Bombadil's Song to protect whatever gets a removal spell pointed at it, which is what I'm expecting to happen. Because this is a lethal attack, they have to do something. Yeah, there it is. So then, boop. Hexproof, here's my Ring Bearer, and that should be it. Yep, there it is. Should just be like a game or two more of these. They don't take very long, as you see, when things go well. Sometimes they get kind of grindy because power level is so low. Okay, just the next quest finishing will give us a draft. Oh, I could have sworn I had enough. Maybe I checked the wrong thing, because I'm not... isn't, like, Lord of the Rings a more expensive draft than some of the other normal sets? I don't know, I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not sure, rather. Actually, speaking of the Lord of the Rings packs that I've opened, I don't open that much in the way of sealed product, but the game shop I go to, when you go for Commander, you get a pack as, like, part of the deal. I opened this, like, really sweet, I don't know if you can see it, Galadriel of Lorien, you know, like, the full extended art foil and all that stuff. Yeah, you can't really see it that well. It's not a good card, but it looks really nice. Anyway, most of the time I'm not even looking for cards anymore. I just like, oh yeah, seems fine. I'm just looking for cards to go in my Judge's Tower, which is the weirdest possible metric. Having a turn 2 Mary every game is pretty sweet. Sack it, destroy an artifact enchantment. Sure, don't care about that. Alright, I would love for them to attack, but I wouldn't be surprised if they held the creature back to... Because, like, letting Mary attack is worse than them getting in. Worse for them. Then maybe they'll rely on the 2/1 to block? Ah, sweet. That's so good for me. Because now I go... Rosie. Beef up Mary. Attack. He gets another counter. And already a good position here. One of the things that's kind of interesting to me is I've been watching more chess content recently, is how much of the same language you can use to describe both chess and Magic. Of like, oh yeah, like, this is a good position, and yada yada, etc. This is... okay. Let's... what do I want to do here? Oh, Pippin seems really good. Yeah. Let's play Pippin. This is like a little bit more of an aggressive line. This is like, I actually don't have to buff Mary anymore. Like, looking to trade damage. If they want to double block, I guess they don't have to. They can put the Westfold Rider. I actually probably should have put one counter on Mary. Okay, they didn't block anyway. Cool. I can sack 3 foods to draw. We don't need to do that yet, but we will at some point. Mary and Pippin, such a great duo. As J.R.R. Tolkien had in mind. I could just take 7 here if I want to be safe. This is probably going to go at the Wolf Rider. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just taking 10. Sure, that's fine. It's actually not that big of a problem. I'm at 2, but that's not really an issue. We still don't need to draw a card yet. That is pretty good. So we can go... okay, definitely the Shire Sheriff. And I just want to take the creature with the largest power off the board. I don't want to care... like, the flying doesn't really bother me because we can gain a lot of life if we need to. I guess we can only gain 3 life, which isn't quite enough, but that means... which means that maybe I need to look for... actually... oh, but I have a fight. Okay, so yeah, I actually don't need to... okay, we can just attack. Let's send both 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm off of lethal by 1. I wonder if I could have killed this turn. I don't think so. Alright, because 4, 8, this makes 2 tokens, which gives +2/+2, so that's 10. This will make another 2 tokens, that's 12. And it kills the only blocker. And then Rosie is another 1 to 13. Okay, not quite enough. Let's put one more Mary, one more. I guess it doesn't really matter which of them I put the counter on at this point. Oh no, I am still dead. I'm so stupid. I'm just like half paying attention because I'm trying to commentate. Alright, let's draw a card now. I should have done this before. I didn't realize. I was doing I was like, oh, I can gain 3 life and I can stew the conies, but no, I can actually only do one of those things. The land, I think, makes a difference. Because I haven't played a land yet. No, I have played a land. Oh, I think I'm just dead. That's fine. I only care about doing the quest anyway. Let's see if they get worried about. Oh, I guess they know the food is on board, so they have to send both. I just played this very poorly. Very silly of me. Normally I'm a good player, I promise. This game I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, okay. We'll do the conies. Just to cast another green spell, and then we'll die. I don't think there's anything I can draw here, but might as well do it. Okay. Yeah, I was just being a little stupid. Such as it is. But we're only here for the quest. I don't really care. Alright, how close am I to finishing? 8 more green spells. Alright. Should only take a few more minutes. Game or 2. Let's try this brown sugared chamomile tea. The amount to which it changed the color was kind of surprising to me. It's much darker. Honestly, I don't really taste the sugar very much. Reprise is nice. Pretty much sure. That's fine. I have a couple green spells to cast. Nimble Hobbit, I'll just play the Watchdogs. It's the highest upside. I guess we can next turn play Brandywine Farmer, sack to the Watchdogs, and then attack for 3. But given the 1/4, that seems not that great. So instead, I'm still going to cast the Farmer. You're trying to cast rain spells, right? I was tempted to leave up Reprieve plus Eagles of the North, or plus Plane Cycling, which would be nice to hit my 4th land drop and then play the Bag End Porters. I was trying to cast my green spells. It probably would have been better. Sure, they didn't do anything. Okay, now we can Plane Cycle. And I think we're just going to play Pippin. I always want to say Perry, because it's like Peregrine, and there's no other P. But but you know, it's Merry and Pippin. It's Peregrine Took. We could send the Farmer. Yeah, sending the Farmer is actually pretty free. We get 2 foods out of the deal if they block, and a free point if they don't. I don't really care either way. It's more valuable as 2 foods than it is as a 1/1. And now we have a draw in our back pocket if we want it. Grande. If they could crew that, that would be pretty scary. That does make me kind of want to Sheriff the Trebuchet. Yeah. Actually, that's pretty good, because then I can also sack a food to buff the watchdogs, and I can start getting in. It's funny how much like food is just not food, not used as food in this deck. I could have sent, I guess I could have sent Pippin and then Bombadil Song to get to kill the Hobbit, but I want to reprieve anything that might crew Grand. Like this is a big turn for a reprieve. It feels like it's close to a time walk. Yeah, that's so good. They're probably not doing anything else with their turn. Now they can't crew Gaunt. Yeah, it's basically time walk. Alright, so now we can... I guess this is our only land, so we might as well... Alright, might as well play it. Then we can send the squad. This is also a much less suspicious attack than just sending Pippin. I could second Breakfast here. Second Breakfast gets me another 2 damage and a food, but it's much less mana efficient. Let's just play Bombadil Song. Let's buff that, and then we'll also make it our Ring Bearer. Doesn't matter just yet, but if we make Pippin our Ring Bearer, then they're double incentivized to kill him, and I'd rather keep him around. I want to, you know, make them get them to be kind of torn about which one's more important to kill. Oh, Arena? Uh-oh. Okay, now we're good. I'll take 5 here. Now I don't care about Grand. Taking 5 is not a problem. Okay, so... if I double block the Sheriff, that's a little annoying, even with second Breakfast, because it gives +2/+1, not +2/+2. But I don't think they will double block, right? They're more likely to just block with the army. I think I just don't send the Sheriff. I don't want to risk giving them their Trebuchet back. I can send Pippin. Pippin can go. I'd rather not cast second Breakfast this turn, just so I can play another green spell. But I also don't think it's crazy likely that I'll need to. Because they'd have to double block Pippin. Or I guess the Watchdogs, but I don't know. It seems like Pippin's more likely. And I don't think I'm going to save the Watchdogs. This is a weird block to me. They have to have something, right? They left 2 mana open. They have something. Okay, no, we are getting the double block. I think Pippin is worth saving. Well, let's see if they have something. It feels like they must, right? I guess the pauses might be to crew reprieve, but that doesn't do it. Yeah, because I can recast. I definitely did not cast enough green spells that game. We're very close. Had I known that we were short on gold, I would have played off stream. I did play one game off stream just to make sure the setup looked okay, and I think it does. It's a little awkward that you can't see that much of chat, but I mean, you're in the chat room, you can see it. Ooh, Radagast. I didn't even know this card was in my deck. Oh, this hand's so expensive. What does Radagast do? Whenever Radagast the Brown or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, look at top X cards of your library, where X is that creature's mana value. You can put a creature that doesn't share a creature type with the creature you control from among those cards in your hand, put the rest on the bottom. It's pretty good. Still, that hand's way too slow. Sure, seems fine. I could just run out the Sheriff as just a 2/2 Vigilance for 2. But the way these games tend to go... Ah, perfect. Thank you, Mary. Now you've solved that problem for me. A green spell, a better turn 2 play. Don't have to worry about that dilemma. I was probably going to hold the Sheriff, so drawing Mary there is exceptional. Now I just don't have to worry about it. Golem. I'm not going to attack into Golem. That seems bad. I'm just going to play my Brandywine Farmer and pass. He leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you, sack a creature, return it from graveyard to your hand. Alright, there are some blue spells over there. Oh, that's a very pretty island. Cool river. It's not a bad swamp either. It's not my personal favorite, but it is decent. March from the Black Gate. This card's good, right? When it enters the battlefield, and whenever an army you control attacks, you mass Orcs one. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm actually kind of tempted to Sheriff the token. The reason being, they'd have to find another army to get the Black Gates going. And even if they remove the Sheriff, they're not getting anything back, and I can keep up Bombadil's Song. That actually seems alright. And then we'll send the Farmer to trigger Mary. Like, if they want to block with... If they want to block with Golem, they're welcome to. I get that they get the room will tempt them or whatever. But... you know, they won't have, like, the Golem is you know, the 3/1's better than the 1/1. I'm okay. I kind of want my Farmer to die. And they'll have to, like, get Golem back if they want to do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of close, because, like, they get a tempt from the ring, and that's the thing Golem is here for. But he was holding a lot of stuff back. Target should put 1/2 and Death Touch until end of turn, create a food token. Yeah, that's an amazing trade for me. Yeah, I'll happily take that. Thank you. That's great. I am happy with every part of that. One thing that's kind of funny is, as I understand, they couldn't get the rights for using the word Hobbit, so instead they're Halflings. But also, even if that's not true, they had already claimed. Yeah, this seems good. They had already used Hobbit in the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set. That, you know, because it was D&D related, and I don't think they had secured the rights for Lord of the Rings yet, because that was a few years prior. So now they're just kind of stuck with Halfling, even though, like, I mean, Halfling's just another word for Hobbit. I get that. This seems pretty good. Shortcut to mushrooms. I level up my ring. Now I get a loot on attack, and since he marries my ring bearer, I can attack with both of these and just not care. What is this? That's a food. Okay. They get oh, right, the Shelob's ambush. Target creature gets -3/-0. A Master Orcs one. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I don't really like Second Breakfast that much. I don't think it's a very good card. I guess the question now... No, I don't need to fog the army. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with this trade. Question is, I guess, do I sack a food to get a 1/1 counter on Mary? Being smaller means he can get in, but being bigger also... screw it. Well, we're just gonna do it. I don't care. There's a lot to consider there, and I just don't have enough information. I'm just gonna do it, just for the sake of time. I don't want to be in these games forever. I want to get my draft on. Whenever Goblin or Orc you control deals combat damage to the player, may sacrifice it. If you do, either draw a card, create a treasure. Okay, sure, but I don't, because of the March from the Black Gates, and the fact that the army is their ring bearer, I don't think they want to sack it. I'm actually pretty tempted to fog it, because then, like, all of their amassing goes onto a useless token, and they, and their ring bearer is stuck there. On the other hand, Mary is gonna die if I attack with him this turn, and I do really want to attack with him. Maybe it's okay. Maybe we can just get the 2-for-1, I'll offer the 2-for-1. If they want to take it, they can take it. I still get my 2 foods, which will give me a card through through Pippin. Stew the Conies is so close to being good. I think we'll take it. I probably should have drawn a card with Pippin before the ring trigger resolved. Sure. We'll draw a card before combat damage. There are a couple of things. I think there are a couple of things I could draw here. And if I don't, it's not a big deal. Yeah, sure. I was hoping to draw land so I can play Stew the Conies if I need to. And I likely will. Actually, I'm just going to do it now. Yeah. So they can't sack. Oh, you can't. You can only sack a sorcery. But just so like I don't have to worry about them spending mana to stop this from happening. And that gives me another card whenever I want it. They have the potential for slightly more resources, I guess, but I'm more on board. I don't know. This position is like I'm by no means. Oh, because they have 4 mana. Yeah, I'm not by no means like. It's not. This game isn't over, but I do like my position. Sauron the Necromancer. What a good draw for them. Jesus. And here I am having just discarded my Fog of the Barrow on the Barrow Downs. Okay. Pretty sure this kills me. Generous Ent is pretty good. Sure. No attacks. End turn. Put a counter on Pippin. I guess now if Sauron attacks, I can double block Sauron, Torment of Gollum, sure. That doesn't do anything. What can you get back? Gorbag is okay. Gollum would be okay. I can attack with Pippin. Offer the trade for Sauron, but then if they just crack back. If I sack a food, the next thing that makes a food still draws me a card, but I don't think it's worth the trigger. I have enough mana where if I need the trigger later, I can get it. Yeah, here's the Haunt of the Dead Marshes. This is what I meant about the game not being over. Sauron was such a huge draw. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Now they're starting to recoup a lot of value. I don't know, it's fine. It's beatable. We have to draw something pretty good, but we can. This Ent is going to go a long way. Alright, lands. Not exactly where I want to be. How many lands have I drawn? 9 lands. My opponent's drawn 6. 24 cards. 21 cards. So the 3 cards deeper I have in my deck are all lands. Though I guess they've scryed a bit. Yeah, all this is like... It is good value, but it doesn't beat what I have, which is really nice. My card quality is currently a little bit higher. Just because Sauron can't attack. If Sauron could attack, this would be a very different story. Bill the Pony. What does Bill the Pony do? I feel like it does something. Make 2 foods, which is actually 3 foods. So I can just turn that in for our card right now. I think I will do that. Enraged Huron. I can cast it. And so I will. And then we'll make Bill my ring bearer. Oh, so good. And then Bill can start Bill can start attacking. In turn, let's... I guess we're gonna buff the Huron, just because it has trample, and it can start attacking at some point. Oh wow, that's really good. Gothmog, Mortal Lieutenant. I'll trade the Huron, I guess, for the token if I need to. Mushroom Watchdogs is an attacker. Or is a green spell, rather. My question is, I guess, do I want to attack... do I want to use Bill's effects? Because you can sack a token to have... Yeah, I guess I do. Just because it gets me a counter. We'll get in for 4. I get a loot. We can discard the Watchdogs. Revive the Shire is really good. Sure. And now I don't have to sack a food to deal 4. I guess that also gives them a scry. Yeah, actually, that was pretty bad. I get a loot, though. My loot's better than their scry. That's fine. Okay, let's revive the Shire. I'm not exactly sure what I want back. The Farmer isn't bad, actually. Fog on the Barrow Downs? Fog nullifies Sauron, which makes my attacks a lot better. Yeah, let's do that. I've played against Sauron once before with this deck in Jumpstart, and I just had Fog on the Barrow Downs immediately, and I was just like, alright, cool, don't have to worry about anything. Let's get a card from these foods. Pippin doing so much work. Okay, that's fine. End turn, start buffing the trampling creature. Also the music that they have in Arena for this set, really cool. Okay, sure. That's that's a little annoying, I guess. But when I draw it again, I get my ring to the fourth level, to the maximum. Destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater than food for each creature you control. Well, that seems pretty bad, actually. It leaves them with just a 1/1, and me with just Bill. That seems pretty bad. We'll hold on to that. We can hold this land as well, because now we get a loot. And we knew that Huron was there. The 4th level of the ring isn't going to matter that much, just because they have a perpetual blocker for my ring bearer. But I guess in the future, if something changes, maybe. Maybe I change my ring bearer. It's actually not a. It's not an irrelevant. It's not a crazy idea. No, because I don't have another way of tempting. Because like, as soon as I change my ring bearer, the army token can block it, and I don't have a way of moving the ring bearer back onto Bill or onto something else. Return up to 2 target creatures that understand scry 1 the ring tempts you. Well, that seems real good for them. Wow, what a draw. I still don't think they have good attacks here. Scry to the top. I don't like that. Oh, I guess they can attack with their army, get in for 3, and get a loot. But that just mills them 1, which is actually kind of funny. Get in for 4. Oh, I can block it now, and I think I will. I'm okay with that. Now I might Battle of Bywater. Just because my creatures aren't that big anymore. Alright, let's go. Peregrine Took. Bill the Pony. Yeah, I like this. The Battle of Bywater. Which gives me multiple cards to draw. Arena, please! You're putting the triggers on top of the food. I can't target. Yeah, that seems nutso. And then we'll end turn, we'll buff Pippin. And now I'm feeling great about my position. Yeah, actually, the bounce spell, what was it called? Treason of Isengard, actually ended up being really, really good for me. Okay, sack Golem, play Golem, rebuy your scry creature. Yeah, it seems good. One unfortunate thing about Pippin is that it makes me have it means I have a response to everything. I can't just be like, no, I don't have anything to do. I'm not gonna sack. I'm not gonna draw a card here, not unless they do something kind of wild. All right, my turn. So now we play Rosie Cotton of South Lane. We're gonna turn Pippin into a monster. We can draw another card here. Pippin, oh my god, so much. He's doing so much work. That'll be good later in case I need to. I'm trying to moderate, so I only use Pippin once a turn because I want to get maximum abilities from the shortcut to mushrooms. And Bill can get in there also. I guess I'm not gonna sack to Bill, so I'm just gonna attack for 5. I guess they have kind of a loop going where they can keep like the Golem plus Haunt of the Dead Marshes is kind of strong. Let's. It's like one permanent blocker that gives them an extra scry every turn. It costs them a bunch of mana, right? It's 1 to rebuy Golem, 2 to replay him, 3 to rebuy the Haunt. So it's 6 mana in total. But it's the ring tempts you, you get a blocker, and you scry 1. I think I can get over that just with the stuff I have. How many cards do I have left? 11 to their 17. Yep. Here's the loop. How many cards do they know about at the bottom? I know it shows them, but it's not going to tell me which ones they know about. I just have to remember. I think they know like 2 cards on the bottom or something, because they've scribed at the top a few times. Alright. That's not bad. I still want to draw a card. I always want to draw cards. Drawing cards is so good. Alright, here's the bag end Porter. Let's... Oh, but now with the... Alright, we can send everything. Now with the Nimble Hobbit going, now they don't have their loop. And they are very much in trouble. This game should be over. And since it was so long, I should be able to... I don't think where that counter goes matters. I should have hit my quest. So we'll be able to get a draft going. Finally. Golem's Bite. Kill Rosie. Yeah, fair. Rosie is crazy strong. Ring Temptu, sure. And now Golem can get in there and drain me for 3 and get you a loot. Yeah, seems good. This time I actually don't have anything to do. I don't have to click through everything. Sure, I take 6, so you get a loot. I don't imagine anything gets you out of this. Let's attack. Doot. Tap that. I didn't know if they had anything. If I knew they didn't, I would have cast my soldier just for like the quest for casting white spells. I think I might have gotten enough anyway. But I wasn't sure. I was like, well, they're not conceding, so maybe they have something. I think I did both of the quests anyway. All right, cool. So now, okay, I was 1 white spell short. Oh, so funny. All right, that's pretty good. All right, now we can do a draft of Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle Earth. I haven't drafted this at all. I've barely even seen anyone draft it. So we're gonna be pretty fresh into this. I have some ideas about some of the stuff that's good. Like, obviously we saw Rosie be just absolutely nuts when you can get a lot of food tokens. I guess it's any tokens, even if you're amassing. But as long as you can keep making tokens, Rosie is really, really strong. So I know like stuff like that, and I know there's like some blue-red spell that pays you off for casting a lot of instant sorceries, Gandalf something. So I like know a little bit about it, but for the most part, this is mostly blind. And we're just gonna rely on knowing how to draft vaguely, and people can question me on that if they like. All right, Galadriel of Lothlorien. That was the card I was just showing off. When the ring tempts you and you choose someone else's ring barrier scry, when you scry, you can look at the top card. If it's a land, you put it into play. It's not bad. Bitter Downfall, destroy a creature, sure. Uh, if you don't control ring barrier, this would be good with Galadriel. I don't see any real standouts here. Maybe I'm like insane, and maybe Galadriel should be more of a snap than I was making it. I don't really see that much. What's this? Ugluk of the White Hand. When other creature you control dies, you put a 1/1 counter on him. That if that creature was a Goblin Orc, you put 2 on him instead. I don't think that's actually that good. I don't see that many standouts, so we'll take Galadriel and we'll try to do like we'll be looking for cards that tempt us and cards that care about scrying. Uh, Gift of Strands could be good later. I'm mostly looking at this Dunedain Ranger. Strider, Ranger of the North. Landfall. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Then if it has 4 or greater, it gets first strike. That is pretty good. Uh, Turn target non-token creatures. Okay, so there's a decent amount of good stuff here that synergizes with Galadriel. Dunedain Rangers, I guess, doesn't actually synergize with her as much as I would have liked, because it's when you landfall, you can, I guess, when you can play a land, then this is the ring, then Galadriel happens, but it doesn't trigger off of Galadriel. Uh, Still, I'm gonna take it. It's a consistent source of tempting. Bill Fernie, Berry Swindler. When it becomes blocked, you either make a treasure or you can give someone a horse to take him out of combat. 4/4/4/4. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Old Man Willow. The Kingfisher seems neat. I mean, Stern Scolding has to be good, right? Dunedain's Ranger is a 4 mana 4/4. Yeah. I'm looking at Stern Scolding. Maybe this is wrong. Old Man Willow, even though the lands you control, maybe we could splash for all our landfall stuff, but so many 4 mana spells. Stern Scolding seems good. The Kingfisher seems good. I actually think I'm just gonna take the Kingfisher. I don't think Bill actually seems kind of okay because he makes a treasure when he trades, but I'll take the Kingfisher. Press the enemy, return target spell or non-land permanent an opponent controls with its owner's hand. You may cast an instant sorcery spell with lesser mana value. Okay, so it's like a remand that lets you cast something. That doesn't seem that great. Expensive Looter. When you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. That seems whatever. I don't hate the end. When attacks, target legendary creature gets Death Touch. Maybe I should be looking outside of my colors for stuff that, because like this is kind of weak. I can just take the Ent, I guess. The Ent ensures land drops, which we want to hit. And Horn of the Mark. Whenever 2 more creatures you control attack a player, look at top 5 cards, you reveal a creature and put them in your hand. This seems good. You need a decent number of creatures, but we want creatures anyway, no matter what we're doing. And I mean that we're getting it this late, like maybe it's not as good as I think it is. Black seems decently open. Blue and green less so. So we'll take a colorless card and see if that is. Well, maybe it was just that back. The ring goes up. The ring tempts you. They reveal cards until you reveal X lands or X number of legends you control. Put those on the battlefield tap. It's okay. Shortcut to mushrooms. I like that it tempts. Greyhaven. It's kind of whatever. I don't like the Guardian very much. Whenever you scry, put one. This triggers once each turn. That could be good, but I think I like. Actually, I think I like the elves better. We want creatures for the horn, and we don't actually do the second part. All the Path to Mushrooms does is tempt. Search your library for a basic land, make a food. I don't hate that. Surrounded by orcs, amass orcs, then someone mills or X's them. It's just a 3/3 that mills 3. I don't really care for that very much. Mirkwood Bats is whatever. East Farley Farmer. I think it's this. Lets you play other colors. What does? Are you talking about the many partings? Yeah, I guess that's true. That is less important than like I have multiple cards that want me that like landfall. Mary could be cool. I guess the only thing on color. This is another tempt, which I don't hate. We can look at splashes. There aren't really good splashes. Shire Terrace, search your life for a basic land put on the battlefield tapped. I actually don't hate this. We'll just take. Uh, I'm actually gonna speculate on Mary. We don't have that much food stuff, but like we could later. Um, and like blue seems not that open, so we might shift into like green white food stuff. Fog on the Barrow Downs is not bad towards that end. I don't think I want a second Dunedain Rangers. I don't know. Do I? Maybe that card's good. Sometimes I'm looking at. I know Peachy Keen 4444. Sometimes I look at like rarity as a hint. I think Lothlorien Lookout might be where I want to be. It wants to attack, which is good with Horn of the Mark. It scries, which is good with Chance Met Elves. Gifts of Strands. I guess it has Flash. It's okay, but no, I think Lothlorien Lookout is where I want to be. All right, I'm gonna speculate on the Took Reaper. I think it's better than Bill, and we might be changing colors. I don't know if I'm gonna draw. We'll take this. Ew, Aura. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also, Antrop Basin is interesting. Well, yeah, sure. I gotta be quicker about this. What does this card do? Pippin's Bravery, sack of food to get four. Okay, this card's bad. Lobia Sackville Balance enters the battlefield, exile creature card from opponent's graveyard. It was put from there from the battle, and then you make. Okay, that's not bad. That's bad. That's not good. The Hobbit is okay. Okay. Glorious Gale actually seems pretty good. I guess I'm gonna have to make up my mind on my colors. Maybe I speculate on Lobia Sackville Balance, but she doesn't even seem that good anyway. I don't see anything good in like that good in white. The Glorious Gale does seem really good if we do stay in blue green. Sharky, Tyrant of the Shire, activated abilities, lands you control, it can't be activated. Okay, this is not a good card. Mirror of Galadriel, pay 5 mana, tap, scry 1, cost 1 less to reach legends you control. Ooh, that could be good. We have a decent number if we get a decent number of legends. Olympus isn't where I want to be, and Sphere isn't where I want to be. No. 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 How many legends do I have? Galadriel, Mary. That's it, and like whatever my ring bearer is. Dunedain Blade isn't that good either. Maybe I just want like Pelargir Survivor. Pelargir. Oh, whoops. I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize I was running out of time there. I was gonna take the mirror, but I don't think we're gonna play it. It does seem that blue isn't open, so maybe we just splash it off of the off of the many partings or whatever. Hobbit Sting seems okay. Deals extra damage for extra number of creatures plus foods. I do need to pick up more of both of those things, but I like removal spells. We'll take that. Frodo, Sauron's Bane. If it's a citizen, make a if it's a scout. Okay, well we can't get the triple black, but the double white is pretty doable, and it's just a 2/3 life link basically for 3. I mean, I think that's better than anything here, except for maybe the end. It's legendary also. Take the tree. You think the tree? Uh, yeah, I guess Frodo's not that good. All right, fine. Mary is good though. I do like Mary. I think it's Mary over Watchdogs here. I think at this point I'm looking to be green-white and more green than anything. keep taking trees. No, I can't take that many trees. No, they're not free, Peachy Keen. Bill the Pony is okay. Soldiers, whatever. Mirkwood Spider isn't the worst. Uh, Bill... Is Bill any good? Doesn't see it. Shadowfax. Shadowfax. Excuse me, not fact. I guess we'll take Bill. This is where I'm like, really, like, I don't know. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. I need more experience with the set to really get a sense. There's a lot of stuff that just doesn't seem that open. The Farmer seems good. The Chancement Elf seems okay. It seems worse now that we're, like, trying to be green-white. I don't really have that much payoff for food, I guess, at the moment. Scry 3, if you reveal a creature, draw a card. I mean, that's kind of a ponder. I actually don't hate kind of ponder. But we want more creatures for the horn anyway. We could take the Chancement Elves. How much scry now? By the time I want to ask these questions, it's too late. The Porter is fine. Actually, I think I want the Porter. Take many parties. It's free. It's not free. Peachy Keen. It's not free. There are opportunity costs, and part of the problem is that I'm not finding enough good cards. If I keep spending picks on effectively like, hey, I get to play one less land or whatever, it's not going to work out for me. Okay, so we can cut the Glorious Scale and the Kingfisher. Currently, we're just like splashing Galadriel. To that end, I would like a little bit more in the way of tempting. What the hell is this? Okay, well, we got the mirror back. The mirror might make it, actually. The Hobbit's good. We have a decent number of legends. We'll prize that in the deck building portion, but it's for each legendary creature, I assume. For each legendary creature you control. Optimal deck is 13 forests, 13 many pairing, 14 trees. Loath as I am to disagree with you, Peachy Keen, I'm afraid I must in this instance. Sure, I don't think we'll play Second Breakfast. I think this is more open. Partings even gains you life to live to the trees. I mean, it does it though. That's like sure, 3 mana, get a land, gain 3 life. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna play the bow, but it's fine, I guess. The soldier's okay. I have too many 4s. What does this do? Elrond, Master of Healing. Whenever you scry, put a 1 counter X where the number of cards you looked at was scrying. Whenever a creature you with a 1 counter. Alright, we're just gonna splash the legendary elves, I guess. Illarith is okay. I'm going to take Elrond. I'm just looking if there's anything that'd be cool to get back. Birthday Escape at some point. Elven Farsight is nice. I don't think Sauron of Many Colors is unfortunately too many colors for us. We're like splashing blue. Council's Deliberation could be good. We'll think about that one. Frodo Baggins or the Ring Temps. Oh, never mind. Frodo seems amazing. We're gonna snap off Frodo here. Stop saying tree. It's not the tree. I don't hate the Pathfinder because we have a lot of 4s, not that many 3s, and making a man of any color lets us splash a little more easily. So we'll take that. It's fine. Council's Deliberation isn't the worst. Glorfindel, whenever you scry, choose one. This one must be blocked or can't be blocked. I mean, it seems fine. It's more scry payoff. Antis Restoration, sack a land, search for 2 basic lands. Shuffle if you control for 3 basic lands. Okay, that's okay. I don't hate War of the Lost Alliance. Revive the Shire is okay, because this gets me. This is card advantage. Yeah. I have enough legends where I will be able to find stuff. I don't know, maybe that card's bad, but we're going to take it. East Farthing Farmer seems good. Chance Melt Elves is okay. We already have like a couple of scry payoff effects. I'd rather find scries than... I mean, maybe at this point I'm still gonna take it. I was like, maybe I'm blue enough where I can swing that scry creature. But I don't think so. Bombadil Song. You would take the instant. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just like trying not to. Oh man, this would be so good. Can we? I don't know. Can we be thoroughly three colors? I'm not sure that we can. Okay, I like that one. We definitely have too many cards as well. Uh, Not knowing the set is making this a lot more difficult because I have to like read all the cards, and then the time I have left to make a decision is so much lower. But we'll get used to it. How many partings did you get? I think I have one. I have so my like ability to splash the blue cards is one many partings and one Woe's Pathfinder. Oh, and I have the land. Where'd it go? Okay. Elven Foresight still seems good. I mean, we can take the inherited envelope, but it seems bad. The 3 mana rocks always seem bad. Didn't I take a land? That maybe I took something over it. Take the artifact then? No, it's 3 mana. It's 3 mana rock. It's bad. Council's Deliberation isn't the worst, especially I actually have enough tempting where I can get it to my graveyard without having to cast it. And I don't think I need a third Nimble Hobbit. We have too many cards here. We're gonna have to make some cuts, but that's fine. Sure. Don't think we're playing the third Elven Foresight. I don't think we want the more likely to play that. But all right, take the artifact to splash. No, we don't need that much to splash. We need like an island or two, and we need like an island or two, and the many partings and the woes, whatever. Like the woes Pathfinder. We don't. It's not that big a deal. Like this is. I think this is actually too many islands. So 50 cards. We can cut. We can cut a couple of lands here because we have 3 land searchers. So like we can play 15. It's a little risky, but it's kind of like paying 18. We'll come back to that. Maybe we'll play another land. How many legendary creatures do I have? We have Merry, Frodo, Glorfindel, Galadriel. I don't think we want to play Bill, but maybe Bill. So like 6 legends. I don't think the mirror is worth it. Because I don't really want to play Bill. I don't think Bill's that good. I'll take the mirror out. Plus, we want to keep our creature count high. How are we doing on creatures? 21 creatures? Okay, never mind. Okay, we don't have to worry about it. We can cut some creatures. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we can. Hello? Okay, there we go. The Pathfinder's good. Lothlorien Lookout is very good. Bombadil Song is kind of. Oh, no, it's still good. East Farthing. Okay, how much do we have to make food? Because we have Nimble Hobbit uses it, Hobbit Sting uses it, so like that's enough. Let's see. We have Mary. Does Frodo make food? No. The farmer makes food. That's another food. Oh, the bow can come out. We can get rid of that. That's fine. I think the Nimble Hobbit is not good unless you're really aggressive. Maybe you're right, but my curve's really low. Like, my curve is all at 2 and 4. We'll come back to it. I also think it's, like, better than it looks later in the, like, mid-game. The farmer, okay. What does this do again? When you scry, put a 1 counter on it. Okay, once per turn. What's Glorfindel do? Whenever you scry, choose one, and he gets 1/1 until end of turn. He either must be blocked or he can't be blocked by more than one creature. He actually doesn't even seem that good. He's a payoff for scrying, but like that payoff isn't that good. It's +1/+1. I guess you can like you can force a block with exactly one creature, and he's like 5/4 or something. Like I don't know, maybe. Galadriel seems sweet. Elrond seems sweet. Dunedain Rangers seems decent. Maybe we don't need the Porter. It's probably the worst of my 4 mana spells, and I have too many of those. We can cut Bill also. Now for Wrath, now for Ruin. Seems decent. I know, Peachy Keen. What do you think of now for Wrath, now for Ruin? On the one hand, like, we have a lot of creatures. and this gives us a really big attack. I guess it's just +1/+1. It's not that big a deal. And the ring. All right, never mind. I'm cutting it. I actually do think I can get away with 15 lands. Like, look how low my curve is. My curve is like actually really low, and we have 3 land searchers, +2 Elven Farsights to even out our like. Honestly, 15 might even be too many. That's crazy. I know, Peachy Keen, you were saying like, well, should play fewer because you should have more Ents and more many partings, but I think we have a fine number of them. Horn of the Mark. Whatever 2 or more creatures you control attack a player, look at the top 5 cards, you get a creature. I have enough creatures where that's the other thing. Like the Nimble Hobbits are really good with Horn of the Mark. I still have to cut a couple of cards. Maybe it's this Council's Deliberation. We should see how many things I have to tempt. I have Frodo. I guess Bombadil's Song, that's 2. Took Reaper is like 2.5. Because it has to die. Maybe the Farmer isn't good. Maybe it's not worth it just to make food, because that's all it does, and I don't use food. Yeah, I only use food for for Hobbit Sting and Nimble Hobbit, so I guess, yeah, okay, we can cut that. Galadriel doesn't actually tempt. She just pays you off for being tempted. Dunedain Rangers does it. Oh, I guess maybe we do need 16 because like Dunedain Rangers wants us to hit like landfall. Um, Soldier of the Grey Ghost is also kind of optional. So I guess what was I asking? Oh, it's like how many ways do I have to I guess I don't have that many, but I also can't really cut any. And I was asking for this Council's Illusion because we have to get it into the graveyard. You remove the Grey Soldier. Yeah, I guess I agree. I just like think my curve is getting too low now. Now it's just like mono 2 drops. And I probably shouldn't cut many more creatures at this point. I guess I have to cut 1 card. Maybe it's the Council's Deliberation? That's what I'm deliberating at the moment. It's not good on the front half, and there's going to be some amount of time I can't cast it. However, my intention wasn't ever to cast it. It was just the ring at tier 2. Does it show me? Yeah, the ring at tier 2 gives you a loot. I'm decent at scrying, and if I can just loot it away, it's just like it turns into a free card at some point. Maybe it's just not that worth it. It's on my splash too. You think that's the cut, Peachy Keen? I guess it's a non-creature, which is another thing I want to cut. Yeah, all right. I also it says it's 17 creatures. It's actually kind of 15 because these Ents are kind of lands. And we'll try it. All right. It's a little annoying to remove the lands. I think you can just do this. Okay, you can. Oh, that is much better than what they did before. Oh, and you can make favorites. Oh, that's so nice. Gotta pick the right basics. When people don't give thought to their basics, oh, it bugs me. All right, I do like this one. And we can shrink that. This island is pretty good. I do like it, especially if we're only playing 2. Ooh, this one's not bad. I actually like this one. And forests. I don't hate this one. Weirdly, forests have had like kind of underwhelming art for me in recent years. This one's okay. I don't hate it. I don't think it's appropriate for this deck. I know I'm thinking too much about it, but I don't know. You're gonna look. I'm gonna look at these lands a lot throughout the course of this league. Yeah, like I just don't. There are a lot of forests I don't really like. Um, yeah, I guess it's the Neon Dynasty one. It's all right. Fungus forest. One of the things I like to do is I try to make it like appropriate for the colors we're playing and the theme or whatever. So while some of like I assume you mean like this fungus forest. I don't know. There are a few where I'm like, well, if I'm playing a green black deck, maybe that'll be it, right? That's why I like this island so much. Is like, oh, it's a little town on the shore. It's like it feels very. You don't mean this one, do you? It feels very, Lord of the Ringsy. All right, we are gonna try this, and I don't have high hopes, but maybe it'll work out. We're also we're like at the bottom of the rating, so at this point, pilot skill might just carry me, even if my deck's not that good. Maybe I need one more land because of like this, because I have some landfall stuff. But the scries help a lot, and oh, okay, they're getting aggro here. All right. I think we start with the Pathfinder. Wow, they're getting aggro. We start with Pathfinder, and we let them. We'll ask them if they want to offer the trade for their 3/1, and then if not, we can. And then we're probably not going to trade anyway. Then we can slam the Dunedain Rangers. Yeah, we'll just take 4. We'll play the Rangers, and then we can start playing like 2 spells a turn, and we should be okay. What does this thing even do? When it dies, the ring tempts you. Okay, I don't really care about that. We don't need to show them Island yet. Just play the Rangers. Turn 3, 4/4/4/4 will block anything for a while. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's like some risk here because they might have something here. Oh, they don't. Okay, the fact that they're attacking with their Metastings tells me for sure they don't have things to do. All right, so now we go Nimble Hobbit. Play a land. Make the Hobbit my ring bearer. And we can pass. And the Hobbit being the ring bearer means now it's a lot harder. That's the other thing, PG Keen. That was I hadn't really thought about too much, but it's something I had done in my previous deck, and I was probably like in the back of my head was that the Nimble Hobbit being a ring bearer is actually pretty insane because it's really hard to actually kill, which means you don't have to worry about the attacks. Enter battlefield, draw a card. Then if you don't control a legendary creature, put a card from your hand on the bottom, and they don't. Cool. So they're not getting card advantage here. And then we're probably going to Hobbit Sting something. I guess we can just kill the 3/2. I don't really care about anything else. I just want to use my mana. Yeah, let's kill the 3/2. Now we can play... Ooh. Do I have any scries to hand? I don't. Okay, we can play Mary. Doesn't change anything. And then the Nimble Hobbit can get in for free and make me a food. They can make a ring bearer here if they want. They can just chump with a 1/1, but that doesn't seem very good for them. I don't have much in the way of making forward progress. I really need some ability to scry. I have a decent number of them in my deck. But here's another... Here, Peachy Keen, 4/4/4/4. Oh, also just likes 1/1 counters. Ooh, now for Wrath, now for Ruin seems a lot better with Elrond. I didn't think about it. I wasn't paying much attention to that second line of text. There's just so much text. I was like, I don't know. It seems good. It's payoff for scrying. It works well with Galadriel. We'll just take it. But yeah, I guess it also would have been good there. And then if they do kill the Nimble Hobbit, I actually kind of like that because the next land will give me. All right, it will give me the second tier of the ring. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature die, draw a card when the ring. Okay, they're gonna kill my food to get a card, and then when the ring tempts you, you can do something. This seems good. I guess we can take the Ent for free. We'll put the land on the bottom. Do we want War of Last Alliance? Yeah, actually, that does seem pretty good. And then we'll put 3/1/1 counters on... The tree. Okay, yeah. It's just because it's a creature, it's free. What do we put the 3/1 counters on? Oh, it's up to 3 creatures. Each of up to X target creatures. Okay, so we'll put here, here, and here. This will be like kind of protective. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't cast the Ent, and I think at this point I'd rather cast the Ent than cycle it. We can attack here. If I tap the 3/3, the 5/5s can attack for free, and then I don't care that much about the crackback. Yeah, that seems fine. Do I sack a food to do it? No, I'll just pay 3. And then these blocks are really bad for them. I guess they're gonna get a ring bear out of it, and we can start getting in damage. Okay, all right. I like where we are. Sure, you can get a thing, and then we're holding up Bombadil Song. And they can like crack in with their 1/1. I don't really care. I also can sack a food if I want to gain life. Mary plus the Nimble Hobbit seems pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's not like an insane card. All right, so we'll resolve this. Take action, and then we'll get the blowout. And then I can change my ring bearer now. I guess we still want the Hobbit, the Nimble Hobbit to be that. That might be a concession. That might be it. We'll see. We'll see if they scoop them up. All right, I guess not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Oh, that's funny. I actually should have. Maybe I should have cycled the Ent. I thought I was gonna play it, but no, it seems like I shouldn't have. So let's get Frodo. So we can cast Frodo. And still want the Hobbit here. We can send these. And then we can discard the Dunedain Rangers. Sack the food. Tap. I guess still Faramir. Yeah, this seems pretty insane. I should have cycled the tree. That was... Oh no, I didn't have the mana to cycle the tree. That's right. That's right. Because we... What's it called? We Bombadil Song. This seems pretty bad for them, if I'm honest. Because next turn we find Galadriel. Oh, Galadriel plus Frodo is actually nuts. Because he's whenever Frodo or a legend enters the battlefield. So we get Galadriel. We go 1, 2, 3. Play Galadriel. Still want the Hobbit to be right there. Then we can... Wow. Actually, no lands. I don't want any of those cards either. We can put a 1/1 counter on Galadriel, Frodo, and this, I guess. Sure, where we go. Hey, we got a land. Hey, we did it, boys. I'll play a land. And then we can send a huge number of creatures. I guess we just send these 3, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those, like... my opponent's aware that they're allowed to concede the game at any time, right? They are rather overwhelmingly behind. Okay. And then we can let them go to blocks, and with Hobbit Sting to blow out a multi-block. Would you like to concede the game? I'm still just gonna hold the end. Like, I don't know. Maybe we might we might cast it. I don't think it matters. I think this game's super over. Oh yeah. Also, my board's getting double strike next turn because the War of the Last Alliance. Yeah, there it is. Okay, good initial showing. We were thinking about maybe needing another land, but everything worked out rather swimmingly there. That might be results-oriented thinking, but it seemed like we had exactly the number of lands we wanted. Just between the scries, the ents, the looting from the ring. The ring tempting you is kind of like is kind of an interesting mechanic, and I don't mean to like praise it. I think it's actually very poorly done. But one of the things that's kind of interesting is that um, I actually think I will keep this. I know it's a little like, oh, we're missing a color, but I don't want to go down. I don't. Going down a card is fine. These we don't need to cast right away. And do I cycle the ends? We'll hold on to it for now. At the point where we might want to cycle it, it's not. Okay, well that's a little unfortunate. We have something to do with 3. Maybe I should have mulliganed. My mind's in too many places. But yeah, one I was saying is like it's semi-linear. Like you want a decent amount of cards that tempt you, but having like 30 instances of being tempted isn't that relevant? Okay, well, drawing 2 white cards isn't exactly where I wanted to be. So they have 4 mana. They have some amount of their green blue is like probably elf scry stuff, but remains to be seen. Lothlorien Lookout. It's a good card. I wish I had that on turn 2. My word, deck. I get it. I have forests in the deck. Oh, drawing forests plus white cards. Alright, we might lose this to me being stubborn about mulliganing. That's on me. I should have just taken a new hand. I was just like, I don't know. We don't need to cast Hobbit String right away. Nimble Hobbit is like fine in the middle game. And like, I forgot Glorfindel also needs payoff that we don't have. Sure. It's a pretty good tempo play for them. I don't think that card's all that good, to be honest with you. You're just like kind of down a card. But they get a scry. In this particular instance, it's very good for them. They get a scry. It's just the problem with bounce spells is it's a zero. You just 0 for 1 yourself. You don't get any cards out of it. You just get the tempo thing. Old Man Willow, number of lands you control, attacks you second another creature. Okay. That might be enough to get me here. There's no real reason to cycle the ents. I could. I guess it's like a little bit of deck thinning, but like the only reason I'd need the 5th forest is to try to get to enough mana to cast the end, which I won't have anymore. Okay, we can be done here. That's my fault. I should have just mulliganed. I do kind of wish actually that I could replace 1 ent with the spell. What's it called? The Many Partings. Just because getting forest is not as important as getting the other ones. I don't remember seeing the other land cyclers in the draft. I don't. What is it? It's Lothlorien Revealed, or is it Lorien Revealed and the Birds of the North or something like that. I don't remember seeing those. But tree, yeah, I get. That's a very fancy tree you had there, Peachy Keen. Yeah, I know you like the tree, but it's just one of those like it's gonna be different from game to game. There are gonna be some games where I'm like, well, the option to cast the 5/7 is really nice. We haven't encountered it yet, but for sure we're gonna it's going to come up, right? And then there are games like that where if it was the other one, if it were many partings, we're fine. We just go get a planes and we're playing that game as normal instead of getting just absolutely overwhelmed by an opponent able to cast spells. Um, I'm kind of torn. I'm gonna hold on to the many partings. The reason being, if we draw a blue spell, we're gonna wish we got an island, but we have enough green spells where I might need a second one. Okay, see, like now next turn we can many partings and we get our island and be done with it. It's a lot of lands for our 15 land deck. Arwen Udumniel. Whenever you scry, put a 1/1 counter target creature, scry 1. Oh, she seems good. Alright, let's attack with Frodo. We could theoretically block, but I don't think we're going to. This. Now we can get our island. Oh, actually, we could have Hobbit Stinged Arwen rather than playing the Pathfinder, but I think it's fine. We can do that on the subsequent turn. Hey, they're also banned. I would love to draw like some legendary creature or other. Pippin. Okay, so now I'm a little unsure as to which between the two of them I want to kill. So we're gonna hold off on that decision for a little bit. We'll draw the Hobbit. I don't need the land, and then we'll get War of Last Alliance after that. But we'll still have. We can still sting if we need to, so we can play that, and then we can attack. These attacks are not super relevant, obviously, but I don't know, every point matters, and I don't think he's blocking, even though like he could block it too, but I think at this point the attacks aren't very good. Sure, that's fine. And I'm just looking to respond to something that gives them a scry or a food as the thing I'll react to with Hobbit Sting. If they don't, I think I'll just hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'll have enough to both play the War and the Sting. 3, 4. Lost Alliance. And then we're gonna get we'll get Galadriel, and it won't be suspicious that we're not casting it since we can't. And then probably next turn get Elrond. I'm okay with attacking here. These like little pokes from Frodo don't matter that much, but their attacks are moderately insulated against. They don't have great attacks here. Tap target creatures. Okay, sure. Yeah, you got it. Oh shoot, I forgot to kill the Galadriel or the Arwen in response to the Scry. Okay. Well, what does she want to put the counter on? Maybe we can get that. If she puts on Pippin, that makes things really easy. Oh, please put it on Pippin. I'm gonna put it on herself. Okay, that's fine. I guess I didn't need to respond, because I could just respond to whatever she puts the counter on. I'm happy to trade the Nimble Hobbit here. And if they have something, we can sting. I'll just take 3. I might be too protective of this Hobbit Sting. I might be like holding it too long. But I don't know. It's just one of those, like, I'm not like Pippin could get out of hand. So I'm kind of worried that if I kill Arwen, who's the more immediate threat, that that I'll regret it. Given what I've seen from them, it seems more likely that Arwen's a problem. And we have enough mana, we can hold on to it. Drawing a land there is not great. And we're going to have 7 mana here, so we can play Elrond and Galadriel. I think it's better to play Galadriel first. The reason being is they both proc Frodo, so I'm going to get the... I'm going to get a... Oh, I guess I can get... Oh, yeah, so I get 2 Galadriel triggers where I won't get 2 Scries if I... Like, Elrond's only going to see 1 Scry anyway. Hobbit Sting, Galadriel. I guess that's just gonna happen. I don't really have anything I can do about that, right? Yeah, sure. But now... I think I still want to play Elrond and not hold up Sting because I want to get more creatures into play for the war's 3rd chapter next turn. Maybe I should have fired off the Sting. Yeah, I should have done it on the end step. I was like, oh, I have enough mana. Not thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have Elrond and Galadriel to cast next turn, and I'm gonna have to tap out to do it. Yeah, it was a mistake. It's funny because sometimes when I play while commentating, I play a lot better because I'm like explaining to myself and coming up with good reasons why I should do stuff. This instance, I do feel like I'm playing worse than I normally would. Take 2. The tree is not bad. Choose a creature. Alright, Frodo is unlocked. I think it's better... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, the Pathfinder activation is actually kind of nutso. So we're going to send everything else, and we're going to see what happens. Hobbit Sting, Frodo. Well, that's pretty annoying. Yeah, nothing I can do about it. Okay, that makes this attack no longer lethal, but we can send Elrond and see what they want to do about the 8 coming in. They have just absolutely horrendous, god-awful blocks here. I don't want to buff him. I could deal 6 by buffing him with the Pathfinder, but instead we're gonna play this, and now we also have our Hobbit Sting. They had 2 Hobbit Stings. It's pretty good. Did make things more difficult for us, making this game a lot more competitive, but I do think we're pretty ahead here. I've been pretty happy with War of the Last Alliance, just from the simple fact that like it draws us 2 good cards. Mary doesn't do anything here, right? Yeah, Mary. We'll cast him. I guess he adds to the Sting count. Sure, we'll cast Mary. And we're probably gonna get in there with... Okay, that's fine. And then we'll get in there with my 2 non-1/1 creatures. They're a little bit on the back foot here. It's not as overwhelming as I'd like it to be. Obviously, it's not as insane as the first game we played, but this is not great for them. Okay, they're taking the double block, and then we'll Sting, and I think that'll be good enough. If this works, we held the Sting to get a 2-for-1 out of it, which is pretty nice. Reprieve, sure, doesn't do anything. I guess they cantrip there, but yep, do it again. Sweet! Now I feel very good about where we are. I feel pretty great about this. Obviously they have 2 cards in hand, so stuff can happen, but next turn they're gonna have to reckon with the like 9 power coming in, and I can give 3/3 and trample. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Maybe I could have played that better. We got in there. Ranking up. We're gonna rank up a lot if things go well. Our opponent was really good too. That where they put those Hobbit stings, when they chose to do it, and on what, were, I think, really, really smart. The Galadriel hitting Galadriel, knowing about, we can keep this, knowing about the Elrond meant like it takes all the wind out of the sails of that turn, and then killing Frodo when he was about to come in for 8 damage by himself is pretty good. Yeah, again, a situation where we've drawn 5 of our 15 lands, so I don't really want to cycle the Ent, because we might cast it this game. That's a good card. Red, black. Expect a lot of removal out of them. Well, that's a good draw as well. Dunland Crabane. Alright, that's fine. It's gonna stuff our attacks, but that's not that big a deal. Do I want Frodo or Merry? I guess I want Frodo first. And do I want the island? The island's kind of tough. Because we have 5 lands already. But it is our splash color. I'll take it. That's fine. And this, by the way, is why I didn't play my land first, is I wasn't sure if we were necessarily gonna be able to... Oh, and now we can get this, and now we can attack. I guess we got a useless scry, because we know what's up there and we want it. But next turn, we can reappraise for the island, I suppose. This Dunedain Ranger is getting a lot worse when we have stuff like Frodo to make sure that we have a ring bearer. We'll probably pass off the ring next turn. They have their own ring bearer. I mean, their board is pretty substantial. But if that's what they're doing with it, I'm not concerned. Let's go island or plains. Meriadoc Brandybuck. Move the ring to Frodo, and then we can send and trigger Merry. And oh, I guess drawing the island off of that, so we can just upgrade a forest into it. No, that's pretty good. Which means if I don't have to Bombadil Song this turn, then I probably will cycle the Ent. Just for the deck thinning. It would be pretty good on this board. Actually, maybe I discard the Dunedain Rangers and not. I'm actually pretty okay with this trade. I don't really need the food. That's fine. Yeah. There's another Merry in the deck. We trade up, kind of, and I don't need the food. I just wanted the proc of playing a legend. Sure. I think I'm still gonna hold the Ent. That's not bad. Well, it wouldn't be bad if I could scry, but I'm not going to be able to. So we're going to play a land, which I probably shouldn't have, having thought about it now. We'll discard the Rangers. I don't think they do anything. But now we do have a scry, so we can go 1, 2, 3. There's nothing we have for 1 white, I guess. Oh, but we have to pay a green. Never mind. There we go. Oh, I did that in the most awkward way possible. All right. Now we can Elven Farsight. Do I want any of this? Don't think we want either of these. I guess the Hobbit just is basically free. So like the one creature is the redraw. We have enough creatures where maybe we'll hit anyway, but I don't want to risk it. And then at this point, maybe I do cycle the tree. We're really close to casting it, but we have a bunch of other stuff to do, and like we're probably gonna loot away any lands we draw with the ring bearer. This battle scarred goblin's probably gonna get in. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay, we're taking 3. Thankfully, their ring bearer isn't looting, so we'll take 3. We're still looking for a really strong stuff like Galadriel. Breaking of the Fellowship. Unfortunate that it's the turn I don't have Bombadil, Tom Bombadil's song ready to go. Well, that sucks. If that's the case, I guess we'll hold the Ent, because now we might play it. Now that we're not looting anymore. Probably should have done that pre-combat so they can get a loot. That's not bad. Okay. If they want to double block, I should have attacked before playing those, but if they want to double block, they're welcome. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. And their attacks back aren't that good because we have a pair of 1/3s. We're a little behind on resources. Oh, because they're on 3 lands. Yeah, I'll take 3. They have 5 spells over there. Terrifying. Discarding. What is this? The Balrog? Oh my. Yeah, but they're never gonna cast at 7 mana. Cost 1 less to cast for each permanent. Sacrifices turn. Haste. Can't be blocked except by legendary creatures when it dies or short target artifact or creature it opponent controls. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Another Duskling Crabane. Alright. Do I have good attacks here? Oh, I guess I can sack the food. So if I send the squad... Yeah, actually this is pretty good. So I can attack with everything. Elrond can stay on top. Glorfindel will force a block. The Hobbit will sack a food to tap the army. And now they have to put something under Glorfindel. They can double block if they want to trade for it, which I guess would be pretty good for them. But 5 is almost certainly coming in from the Chance-Met Elves. The 1/3s can't die in combat since they can't double block. They have to put one thing in front of Glorfindel. It's actually a pretty good attack. And then we follow this up with the Ent, which is why I sacked the token instead of paying 3. Yeah, creatures like this, PG Keen, that like when they attack, they tap a thing. They sometimes need a little work to get them to really do their thing, but when they're doing their thing, they're insane. All right, let's play the Ent. Bombadil's song is down for another turn. Hopefully they don't have a thing to do with it. I mean, they are stuck on 3 mana. Hopefully nothing. I mean, there are bad things that could happen from here, but there's not a whole lot that I'm super worried about. Even if they like kill the Ent and attack, that's what 7, 8, 9 damage puts me to 2. Okay, that's scary, but not dead. I am relying on the Ent to hold the fort a little bit here, and because of their mana problems, they're not. It doesn't seem conceivable to me that they can deal with the Ent and get 2 power. Yeah, claim the Precious was... Wait. Oh, this does 1. Okay, was the card I was thinking of. I was like, okay, that can get through. I forgot about the one from the Ember of the Flamesmith. That if they sent everything, I went to 1. That was actually closer than I would have liked. If I had Bombadil Song, it wouldn't have been a problem. Oh man, this card's so good, but like, it's hard to. It's the like classic of Magic, the choice between being proactive and reactive. Okay, we can play this, and then we attack. We scry this to the top. It's actually pretty good with the Hobbit, the Nimble Hobbit. This has to be blocked. This, it'll put a counter on, I guess, the. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll put on the lookout. And then we'll sack a food. We'll tap the orc. We'll tap the army, and this should be good. It's not actually lethal, but it takes so much. It takes a lot of power off of the board for them. They have to double chump. They have to chump both of my larger creatures, both of my 3-mana creatures. And then yes, I'm at 9, but they're not going to be able to get rid of Elrond because of Bombadil Song. They have 5 power. They don't get the trigger from the Flamesmith anymore, so they can't like claim the precious and then kill. Even if I didn't have the Bombadil Song. Well, I guess the claim the precious is that lethal? No, I guess because they lost a lot of power since then. Yeah, they lost 4 power off the board. I think this should be sewn up, but I guess there's some stuff that could go wrong. We got the scry part of the deck working. Like, all off of the back of this Lothlorien lookout. Master Arc 2, when he deals X damage to target creature and opponent controls for X of the amassed army's power. So we don't have a target yet, so we wait, and then it'll try to deal 6 to Elrond. And then we'll do this. Now, to be fair, like, they're conceding to that, but, like, even if I didn't do that, they attack for 7, I go to 2. They're still dead. But that is the, like, oh, wow, nothing works, feel bad moment. Like, we've all had that. It's kind of a part of playing the game, right? Let's run it back. For our first draft, things are going pretty well. I keep saying our, like y'all are doing anything. Y'all ain't doing it. I mean, I guess you were helping a little bit during the draft portion. Yeah, seems good. The Dunedain Rangers have actually been, like, pretty unimpressive. They've triggered once. Though I guess there was that one game where they were... I think I'd rather have the Scry than Frodo. There was that one game where they were... where they, like, got things started, where I didn't have a ring bearer. Also, the other part of playing the lookout instead of Frodo is that maybe I can get to trigger Dunedain Rangers before I have a ring bearer, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So we're going to attack. Alright, land is exactly what we want, because we're missing land drops here. If they block, we're going to Bombadil Song. And then if they don't block, I guess we'll play Frodo. Yeah, we'll play Frodo. We'll ring bearer the lookout. So now next turn we go land Glorfindel, attack with the lookout, who will be a rank 2, so we get a loot, so we can get rid of the Dunedain Rangers, and then go, what am I going to put that? Oh, that's pretty good for doing army stuff. No blocks. We are getting out damaged here. I'm hoping that our long term is going to, like, I'm hoping our long term is gonna be more relevant than that. Sorry, Galadriel. We just can't cast you. Sure. Doesn't really matter. And then we'll discard the Rangers. I know it's 4 mana 4/4, which would be pretty nice onto this board. Like, it blocks pretty well, but I need the land. Maybe I could have discarded the Elven Farsight. But 2 Scries with Glorfindel is pretty nuts, because that forces a chump block. And I don't think we're going to get the trigger. It's just a 4 mana 4/4. Relentless Rohirrim enters the battlefield ring. Tempts you. Probably going to tempt onto their legends. Yeah, because that thing... Now that thing is like insanely hard to block. I will take 5. Go land Elven Farsight. Chance-Mat Elves seems pretty good. So does Many Partings. I don't think we need the second Nimble Hobbit. Yeah, I think we're going to do things like this. The idea is, okay, this turn we're not going to get in with Glorfindel, because we can force a block, but I don't know that that's necessarily want to... do we want to trade? I actually don't hate trading that. But now we play this, it's going to start growing from the Scries. I actually think I do take the... I think I do take the trade. Yeah. Because I don't block it very well. We're going to leave this on top, because I just want to find my island. Did I already pick has to be blocked? Must be blocked this turn? Okay. I guess I should have just picked it again, because it doesn't really matter. And now we can discard the Pathfinder. I think its time has passed. And then they're forced to block there. It's kind of an even trade. It's not like great for me. But the Chance-Met Elves are going to start getting pretty big. This is tenuous, don't get me wrong. I don't think we're ahead here. Ooh, another Relentless Rohirrim. That's really good for them. Alright, yeah, that thing is definitely going to be the Ring Bearer forever. Hobbit Sting would be really good to find. I'm not going to trade with Gollum. I'll just take the 5. The Chance-Mat Elves are going to be big enough to just block it soon. Frodo doesn't get to attack this turn. Elven Farsight. What does that do? Okay, we're going to start with Many Partings. Okay, so we're going to still get the island, but something to consider is that I don't have enough green to play Bombadil Song and the Farsight. And since we don't really care about getting the extra scry, we're going to send just the Lookout. Ooh, Galadriel's good here. Okay, so now we can take Galadriel. We're probably not going to play either the Farsight or Bombadil Song. I think the Nimble Hobbit's probably not going to be very good this game. Or maybe it's the Farsight that's not that good. I actually think the Farsight's not that good. Now we play Galadriel. Lookout could still be the Ring Bearer. Want this on top. I don't think Mary does anything here, because I don't want to change my Ring Bearer to Frodo. And I don't think the Ent blocks really well. Okay, we'll take the Ent. That one we're fine with. If it came in untapped, that would have been amazing for Bombadil Song, but obviously this can't do everything. It's already getting me a free card. These attacks are a little uncomfortable, I'll be honest, because I feel like I should start blocking, but I don't really want to block in the ways I'd have to. If the Rohirrim gets in, I can trade with so Gollum pretty much can't attack, right? I can't block the 2/2, so we're going to 5 anyway. If the Rohirrim gets in, I feel like I have to block it. I guess the question is do I block with the Chance Elves or Galadriel? Oh, okay, it's just not getting in. That's pretty great for me. That's encouraging. Because after this turn, I'm not super worried about it. Okay. So in the event that I draw a legend off of the ring trigger, Gothmog. Oh, this is getting pretty bad. I'm actually pretty unlikely to play the Imp now. Okay, we have to start here. And we're pretty likely to discard the Ent. Is this too late? This can play Mary from my deck. And then my blocks would be like block here, taking 4, 5, 6, and block here. Or I best Mary blocks the token. Frodo blocks Gollum. I'm taking 4 down to 1. No, I think we can't. And then we might as well give it a shot. Okay, it's that. Okay, so now we're going to. I guess we can't keep the Ents, but we can play Nimble Hobbit. I guess it already tapped me poorly, so I guess we're gonna pretend like we have blue spells. And the Took Reaper. And now we have either Bombadil Song or Food Activation. We are just treading water here, but we are growing what we're able to do. Is this? Oh, okay, that's why it's 2/2. The Reaper can block the army. The Black Red. Oh no, that's so bad. I guess we Bombadil Song the Took Reaper? Because I think it blocking. Hold on. So we go block, do some like chumping. I actually think the 3 life from the food is better. That's rough. That is insanely good here. The Black Breath. Wow. That's going to be really hard to beat. I'm not sure that we can. Let's go stay here. Okay. Yeah, just elbow tap it, obviously. I'm not sure I live through the turn. And if I do, I'm not sure where I go after that. This goes here. Yeah, it was the +1/+1 I was relying on. I have to chump somewhere, so I guess we chump here. I'm currently taking 7. Shit, still dead. I guess I can gain 3, go to 1. But I don't think I need Frodo anymore. Frodo can just chump. Ugh. I don't see how I win from here, but these things don't do anything otherwise. And we can Bombadil Song now to trade with Gollum, but I don't even think that matters that much. Alright, we'll block like that. I think we're dead here. I don't think we have an out. I probably shouldn't have sacked the food there. That was probably a mistake. They have other stuff to do. I can crash in for 9 next turn, right? Because this is actually 7. Yeah, 8, 9. We can crash for 9. 10 with Bombadil song. Okay, if I find a blocker, I'm still dead. So I guess we have to... I don't think there's anything we can... Oh, but this does 3, actually. No, I think they're dead. I think they're dead. I think I found lethal. Discard forest. So this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I'm off by 1 still? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I'm still off by 1. Oh, frustrating. And the trigger puts them to 1. Wow. Oh, wow. That was really close. Really, really, really close. Off by 1 damage. I thought I found lethal there. Could I have... I guess I was at 4. If I just took the damage from Golem and kept my Nimble Hobbit... I actually could have won there. Wow, if I just 1 less chump block. I just didn't think it mattered, and I was worried like, oh, what if they have some like pump spell to get over the food, the life from the food. Wow, that was really, really close. That's what we live for, right? The really close competitive games. That's why we do it. One question I did have for any of you and hanging out in chat who have thoughts on the matter is was like, you know what? If you've heard me, if you know me in person, you know I've gone on about Android Netrunner in the past. And I was like, maybe I should get back into it. It's been a while where like a few sets have come out since the last time I played. Oof, I'm not getting a card here. Ugh, gross. Yeah, that's a little annoying. It was just 1 mana scry 3. Oh well. But it gets me out my island, so Galadriel. We'll start doing stuff. But anyway, I was wondering if you'd be interested in me like doing Netrunner stuff on here. I have to reacquaint myself because like 3 sets have come out since the last time I played, and even then, oh, that's so bad for me. And even then, I wasn't like that into it. Like I had fallen out of the competitive meta or whatever. But there's a format called Startup that's intended for new players. It's, just the most recent few formats. What is this? Oh my god. What an incredible start. I don't know if we can beat this. This is so good. Holy hell. Our run might be ending here. You don't know how to play. I mean, I could try to be instructive and like bridge that gap and be like, all right, here's how the game works and whatever. I don't know. It's up to y'all. Maybe I'll do that like separate from the Magic days. Maybe we'll do like Thursday. We'll check it out or something. Which is kind of convenient because there is a Netrunner streamer who I've watched before called Metropole Grid, and he also streams on Thursday, but a little later in the day. So if I like, all right, here's your Netrunner content in the afternoon, and then he can be your Netrunner content in the evening. It could be nice for people. I don't think we're ever beating this, by the way. I mean, this is a free block, I guess. It doesn't matter. I don't think we can ever beat this. Yeah, alright. That was an absurd start. Turn 2, March from the Black Gate into turn 3. I don't know if I could have beaten like the turn 2 March from the Black Gate was already gonna be tough, but then like, yeah, their deck is crazy good. Take 6, I guess. I don't see a way out. That doesn't hurt. We might have to... I have to do some weird stuff next turn. Mary doesn't do anything. Old Farsight. It's pretty bad. Okay. Okay. No, we're super dead. No, we're super, super dead. Yeah. God, that was gross. Yeah, there was just no way we were ever beating that start. Insane. So yeah, think about it. If you'd be interested in Netrunner content, we can do that. Oh man, I ended up going 3-3. I thought we'd do better than that. To open our packs, I suppose. But that was our first draft. When things went well, they went really well. That last game was just unreal. Delighted Halfling. Card seeing a lot of play in a bunch of formats, though I don't think very much in arena formats. Maybe it is, because it's still like a 1 minute. Deck needed more trees. You know what? I don't know if you saw how that last game played out, Peachy Keen. But I don't think a tree would have helped us there. I don't think it would have done anything, actually. There was like a... Yeah, on turn 4, there was had a 7/7. It was just like, ugh, trees. All right, well, I appreciate your love of the forest, Peachy Keen. I'll say that much. But you know what? Let's talk a little bit about Netrunner right now, and then we'll wrap up. How about that? Let me pull up. Let me change my scene. Oh, where did my mouse go? Hello? My mouse vanished. I literally just can't see my mouse. Yeah, this is very awkward. Okay. Well, we can navigate without it. Oh. Believe it's... Yeah. So Netrunner is a really cool game. It is an asymmetrical living card game, which is very confusing to a lot of people. What that means is that it is a game where the two sides of the game, and you can only ever play 1v1. That is a bit of a drawback. You can't have multiplayer formats. It just literally is not possible. The two sides of the game have vastly different tools and approaches to the game, and what they're trying to do is different. So the two sides of the game are you have the corporation. Oh god, it's so difficult to do this without being able to see where my mouse is. My mouse is I'm able to select stuff. I cannot see where my mouse cursor is actually just invisible. This has happened before, and I forget how I fixed it. I'll do it off stream. So the corporation, there are different factions of corporations, just kind of like how other games have different colors, like in Magic, or different classes in Hearthstone or whatever. But the corporation is trying to protect their servers and advance their evil agendas, and I put it that way because it sounds like the hacker is the aggressor here, but the corporations in this universe are very evil. It's kind of great. And they're trying to protect their servers and advance their agendas in order to score their agenda points. Whereas the runner is trying to break into those servers and access whatever's in there. One of the really cool things about the game is that a lot of the game is face down. And in fact, I'll show you if I can find... There we go. So Jinteki.net is a really cool site. This is entirely fan-made, and it always has been. Oh, that's right. I gotta log in. Give me... It's entirely fan-made, which is really neat. And, as I say, it always has been. Oh my god, where did my cursor go? uh, Jesus, I'm just gonna have to navigate with the tabs. And they've kept things alive for quite a while. But one of the things to note about the game is that the corporation side plays face down. Oh god, that's so loud. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me fix this. Whoops. Oh no. I forgot how loud this website is. Okay, I'm gonna leave, but you get the idea. The corporation plays face down, which means there's a lot of hidden information going on in the game, and a lot of like figuring out what your opponent could have and what you have to play around. Maybe we'll try that out on another day, not the like MTG days. But I'd be interested in getting back into Netrunner. One of the cool things is that the runners have different factions as well, and while I mostly liked the faction called Shapers, where their whole thing is running as like an art. You're trying to maximize your ability to do it well, and it's kind of for the oh my cursor's back. Oh, hold on, I can show you guys again. Um, I don't know what happened, but my cursor came back. But as we were as we were seeing, where's that game that we were watching? Well, this is a different game. But the corporation plays their stuff face down, and like there's a lot of information. Well, as I was saying, the faction I really liked was Shaper, but there were also these mini factions. One of them was a sentient robot. There are robots in this universe. They're called bioroids, whose name was Adam, and I was like, well, that's my middle name. You know, I gotta play that, right? So that such as it is, and I decided to do that. But he's going to be rotating out of the format soon, so I'm not going to have access to it. And he's not. I don't think he's available in startup, so we gotta do that. We won't be able to do that if we play startup. But you can see like the corporation side of the game, all face down, and so the other side is trying to figure out like what can I do, what do they have. It's very very interesting. I think Netrunner is the best design game I've ever played. The big drawback it has is that there's of a lot of rules to know, even though each rule is very, very small. It's kind of like how in Magic there's an enormous amount of rules, but you don't have to know most of them. This there's fewer overall rules, but you have to know a greater percentage and a greater number as compared to Magic. You can just look at the side here. Like I know what all this information means, but obviously if you don't, like this is a lot of stats that you feel like you have to keep in mind and keep track of. Ultimately you don't actually, not that much. But it is intimidating. It does look like a lot. So maybe another day we'll do some Netrunner stuff. I'd be interested in getting back into it. It's a really cool game, and I played it for quite a while. Uh, a few years ago. It's changed a lot since then. In fact, it is a dead game. That's something I forgot to mention because we were talking about I mentioned the asymmetrical part, but it's also what's called a living card game, meaning you build a deck just like you do in Hearthstone or Magic or Legends of Runeterra or whatever else. You build a deck, but you don't buy booster packs with random cards. What you buy are packs that have every card in the set. You buy it like a board game. Here's the board game. Here's the expansion to that board game. It comes with these 30 cards or whatever. Here you go. That's the living card game part. But it's also a dead card game because, as it turns out, the company that made the game, Fantasy Flight Games, was like paying for the license from Wizards of the Coast, the owners of Magic the Gathering, because the original property was created by Richard Garfield, the original creator of Magic the Gathering. This is now the game Fantasy Flight made is not the same as the Richard Garfield game, but it's the same property, and so they had to pay license for the licensing. Well, at some point, the Wizards of the Coast didn't want to renew that license, or at least that's the story as I was told. It's very possible that Fantasy Flight didn't want to renew it either, because they do this sometimes. Well, they'll like pick up a property, get a lot of people into it, and then they'll just stop with it. And so they weren't able to continue making the game since they no longer had legal right to do so, and so they stopped making it. But if you recall, I was saying that there have been like 3 sets that came out since I stopped looking at it. How is that possible? Well, just like Jinteki, Jinteki.net was made by the fans, so too are the newer cards. This is not what this card. Oh, I can't. That's right. You have to do it in this like weird way. Um, this is not what cards used to look like. Neither is this. What cards used to look like. Or, if I can find like a really old deck list. I'm just gonna find like the oldest deck list I can. It's probably better with Andromeda, also known as Andy. Here. Cards used to look like this. It's very similar. It's not exactly the same. Oh, I probably should have picked a from the same side so it's obvious. From the same faction, in fact. Here, from 2014. This is what an ID used to look like. This is what Ice used to look like. It's the same card types as we just saw, but you notice they do look a little different, and the symbols are a little different. It's because the fans have been keeping it up, and they're not using any copyrighted material, so it should be completely on the up and up. And the fan community keeps everything going, and that's pretty cool. So that's why there's like these different formats, and they keep up with all this stuff. It's really awesome, and it's completely community driven, which is also a pretty neat thing. I know being used to Magic, you're used to like even if the community doesn't exist around you, like it will elsewhere, right? There's a company running it, and there's like organized play that's official and all this stuff. Like it kind of just feels like a force of the universe. Whereas this is, if the community dies out, that's it. It's over. They're the only ones keeping it together, but they've been keeping it together and keeping it strong for years, and it's pretty cool. So maybe on another day we'll do some of that. Oh, I was showing what things looked like, and I was on the wrong screen. Nobody told me. Thank you, chat. All right, well that's embarrassing. We're just gonna leave that in the VOD. Oh well. The point is, things look different now because the fans picked it up, and so maybe we'll do that on another day. But otherwise, I had fun playing some Magic with y'all. We'll do that going forward. Maybe not every. It will play like every Wednesday or something like that. That'll be Magic Day. Won't always be a draft. Maybe we'll do deck building. Maybe we'll do whatever else. And it'll be like that going forward. Maybe Thursdays I'll start looking at doing Netrunner stuff. And we'll just transition to doing card game streamer or whatever. But I still want to do the debate stuff, so we'll get back to that at some point. Anyway, thanks everyone so much for watching, and you do like the variation. Okay, cool. So yeah, like I do like breaking it up a little bit. So maybe to contribute to that variation, Peachy Keen, maybe we'll add in some Netrunner stuff. And we'll start with like, here's how the game works. And if anyone in chat wants, maybe we can even do like a teaching session, which is like you hop into a call with me, and I'll teach you the game personally, so that people can see what it's like to learn a game as well. We'll leave that on the table. Maybe we'll start with that tomorrow. I haven't decided. We'll figure it out. See how things go. Gotta play it by ear sometimes. Lest we forget, there is, as you see, right up at the top of the screen there, that incentive. Oh, shoot. As you see, right at the top of the screen there, we're working on it towards getting partnered on Kick. That would be really cool. We need 75 followers for that. So let's try to get this number up. If we do, as I mentioned, well, I tried the brown sugar and the tea today. It was okay. It wasn't like discernibly different. I do think the like slight difference in taste worked better with chamomile than it would with something like Earl Grey. Well, we'll try that in the future, though the lemon was a great choice. However, if we get to that follower goal, 75 followers, I will punish myself with either salt or pepper. So, if you want to see bad things happen to me, and who doesn't, really? I've seen the comments on my YouTube videos. Clearly, people want to see bad things happen to me. Get that number up. Tell your friends, get more people watching. That'd be great, and I'd very much appreciate it. And as much as I appreciate that, I also appreciate you hanging out and watching. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you next time. Bye.